Welcome back to St. Lawrence and Atlantic Locomotive Profiles. This episode, we will be looking at Quebec-Gatineau Railway 6908. 6908 was built in August of 1971 as CN 5198. 6908 is unique, as it's the only locomotive on the roster to have a photo taken of it directly after it was built. The 5198 would remain on the CN roster until being sold off to GCFX in the late 1990s. After being sold to GCFX in the late 1990s, 5198 would go through a rebuild to an SD40-3. Upon this rebuild, the locomotive would be renumbered to 6038. 6038 was among some of the first SD40-3s ever. Sometime around 2006, the locomotive would be sold back to Canadian National. Upon arriving back on the Canadian National roster, the 6038 was renumbered to Wisconsin Central 6908. Although being lettered and numbered for Canadian National, the locomotive would never get a Canadian National paint scheme. It would instead get a decent patch job with a CN Noodle logo on the long hood, with Wisconsin Central reporting marks on the battery box door. After its short return to CN in the late 2000s, the locomotive would be sold off to Quebec-Gatineau Railway. The locomotive would retain its road number of 6908, but it would receive new reporting marks and a new horn. After 10 years of operating on the Quebec-Gatineau Railway, 6908 was reassigned to the St. Lawrence and Atlantic. This was due to the fact that St. Lawrence and Atlantic was experiencing a spike in traffic. This was around the same time that the Burlington Northern SD60s would arrive, along with a trio of Norfolk Southern General Electric locomotives. Though she is not currently in service, I believe 6908 will be here for many years to come.